Hey guys, welcome back. So, Crisis just wrapped up, and there is a lot to talk about. Um, I apologize, this review is going to be all over the place, because I took a million notes on a million different things. Again, there's just a lot, and I'm going to be doing the first 1 through 3 parts of this. However, I don't want to, make light of, the first 3 episodes, but there was a lot of, fan servicey stuff in there. Of course, we had the death and different things like that, but just the last 2 parts are I want to say the meat of the crisis. This is it would make sense the ending would have the most stuff to talk about, but the first 3, as great as they were, I'm just gonna do the last 2, and then I'll go back and do 1 through 3, because I just finished the last 2, and there was just so much to talk about. So if you guys do want to enjoy the video, subscribe, leave me a comment. I would love to talk to you guys about everything that happened. I'll probably be doing a few theory videos on what could potentially be happening in Earth Prime. Now is what we're gonna be. No, Arrowverse. Arrowverse is Earth Prime. So yeah, we should really just start talking about this. We get Ryan, which is going to be, I'm pretty sure, our new Adam once Brandon leaves. Sad, of course. And we get him kind of going over what's going on so far. I like his interactions with Lex throughout the episode. That was funny, honestly. Him and Lex just bickering and not really liking each other and stuff like that. And that is when we get the Flash coming out of, apparently he disappeared months ago to go on a recon mission or something like that. And so he came back, and I was honestly expecting them to have a fight scene in that first opening. It's what the trailer made it look like, but that didn't happen, which I guess is I guess that was good, since this is the end and they're not supposed to be, this is supposed to be everyone coming together and stuff like that. But I just wish they would have had some kind of fighting. Spectre Oliver coming back was great. The fact that we had, and this is clearly, this video is gonna be full of spoilers, so the fact that we had him die twice, the fact that we had to experience Oliver Queen's death twice, this crossover, and each one was just as emotional, because that first one we got him with his kids and the team, and then we had the whole old John bringing him back. Well, not John, the whole team brought him back, but John did his whole speech. Just to see John crying again and going through all of those emotions, just that hurt. Wow. That was just right to the heart. I thought Ryan's Sith comment was kind of funny. And Oliver and Barry scene, I love these two. They've had this clear history on Arrow and throughout the different shows, and it shows, and this episode paid that off. They had a lot of scenes, emotional scenes, not always together, but they hit on the right notes with this relationship that has been built up for all these seasons, and I really liked it. His "Run Barry Run" line, I almost yelled at my screen, and little did I know that would only be the first time this episode, this finale. Kara not catching Lex when they went to that planet with Monovu was pretty funny. Just all the Lex interacting with people scenes were pretty hilarious, because he was just no one likes him, no one wanted him there, and he was just there with them. And we got the Barry Oliver first meet. That was when I like this episode because it went back to different points in the Arrowverse, when again, this is the end of Arrow. So I see this is the paying homage to everything that's gone on so far. This is paying homage to everything. Arrow, Oliver Queen started this universe, and this Crisis finale paid that off in a really great way. And so the next scene, the big scene, probably something I should have talked about first, but Ezra Miller, what the hell? I said before that the trailers gave away a lot, and so we knew about Brandon Rose Superman, we knew about that. No one saw this coming. And them admiring each other and seeing the different suits, and just that whole scene was hilarious and beautiful and unexpected and exactly what I wanted to see. I honestly didn't, like, I had high hopes for this, but I didn't expect them to actually go that big with it. So those two, like, admiring each other's suits, and then both thinking the other one was, like, the cool suit, was just hilarious. I loved it. I love them just pure admiring each other. And then Ezra Miller getting his name from our Flash. Perfect. Them time traveling, again, I talked about this a little bit, but them time traveling to different points in the Arrowverse was a great way to pay homage to what has happened over the years. Barry finding out that Oliver sacrificed himself and that was the deal. Oliver's life for him and Kara. It was a really good scene. I like all the scenes that include Barry and Oliver. I think it was a great callback / payoff to a friendship that we've seen grow over the years. So the Sarah being brought back by Barry, I know there have been rumors that we're going to see our Laurel back, and we had no idea how or under what circumstances. However, I don't think that, like, for all the buildup of Laurel coming back, that it was that big of a deal. She was there for like a few minutes, not even that, she was there for like a few seconds, and then it was just over. I'm not indifferent to it, because I do like Laurel, and I like Black Canary and all that, but just, and I liked it for what it was, They brought back the character, and they gave her a little spot on it, and it was emotional. We had to experience so many deaths. Not so many, but, like, we had to go back to the death of Sarah, and I thought that was I think it was kind of funny, Diggle always being surprised by Barry, but, like, her being brought back by Miracle, and just all of that, just the whole interaction of that scene, I found kind of funny. But I have mixed feelings about that whole Laurel scene, because, like, they could have had her play, like, they could have brought her back, and, like, had her play, like, a bigger role, but I appreciate what they did with the character. And the Anti-Monitor coming on screen, too, I like that villain. I hope they can eventually do a villain as intimidating as this one, because he had very little screen time, actually, throughout this whole thing. Yet he was such an intimidating presence, and, like, an intimidating character. Like, he was a badass, not gonna lie. He was, like, a really intimidating, that's the word I keep coming back to. He was on screen for, like, a few minutes in, like, the beginning, and I was just like, wow, that is the villain, like, the villain. So I just thought that was really cool, and I hope, again, that they can actually, like, repeat that same thing in the future. So let's talk about the battle at the dawn of time. So I had theorized that potentially they were going to do a world merging thing. I had no idea how. I had no idea what under circumstances they were going to do. I didn't know if they were going to pull a New 52 or pull a whatever comic book you want to go back to, but I didn't know how they were going to do it. So when Oliver started talking about remaking the universe and stuff, I got really excited. I didn't think they were going to go as big as they did, because later on we see just the extent. But, like, him talking about that, I got really excited. And Oliver going up the mountain to fight the Anti-Monitor, pure Oliver Queen awesomeness. And I said, okay, something funny, I thought Ryan Choi, him running into battle with just his fist, what was he going to do? I'm sorry, but just, like, I just thought it was funny, because he just runs in with, like, all these people, laser eyes, different things, and then you got Ryan Choi going in there with his fist, and just going in, flailing. And I just thought it was really funny. And just having everyone, like, crack jokes while they're, like, fighting for their lives in, like, the end of everything, and they're just, like, making jokes. I thought it was great. His line, Oliver's line, "You have failed this universe." Beautiful. Perfect wrap up to Oliver and his original mission. Just perfect. Them restarting the universe, I swear, was just one of the best moments ever. Oliver dying again, they really made us go through they really made us go through that again. They made us not only go through that, but they also made us go through everyone's reaction to him dying again, which hurt. Well done. Like, good for them. They made me, anyway. Like, I felt genuinely sad both times he died. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know. I would be interested to hear what your guys' thoughts were on Oliver's 2 deaths. And not just that, not only on his death, but also about, like, what you thought about that whole battle scene and, like, him sacrificing himself to restart the universe. And yeah, so that was pretty much how it ended. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was part 4, and then it continues into part 5 when we get everyone back to, like, their quote-unquote, no one realizes it yet, their own worlds. And when that started happening, I honestly thought Lex was going to be, like, the villain, and they were just going to, like, we have to now go through this again. My expectations were subverted almost at every corner on this. I was genuinely surprised at a lot of things that happened. There were, like, a few things I was like, okay, that's probably gonna happen, and, like, I expected it. But, like, this last, I didn't expect half the things that I did. I didn't expect a lot of things. Also, I was trying to stay away from, like, teaser trailers and stuff like that, because they really do give away a lot. So, like, going into this, I was like, oh, okay, so I have no idea what was gonna happen. So, yeah, I thought that was just awesome when they all were, like, starting to realize, and Lex being, oh god, this is gonna be amazing. Poor Supergirl having to deal with, like, Lex being that big of a public figure, and now having to deal with all of this stuff. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they move forward with that. And, like, when they were, okay, so when Supergirl and the Flash did their whole little team up thing, they were just figuring out, that was great. Like, figuring out that the worlds have been merged were it gave way to some great scenes. That guy coming up to both of them and, like, kind of explaining to him, I feel like he is a person that is recognizable, and I just don't know who he is. But, like, when he was coming up ask for an autograph, or maybe he's just a random person and I'm just reading too into it because of all the Easter eggs that they've been giving us. Yeah, but then going back to the Arrow cave is what I'm going to call it for now, and having to deal with John Diggle crying because they already, like, this was it. His brother has died again. And I just say, John Diggle, I love him. I hope we see him in, like, the next Arrow crossover, which is Green Arrow and the Canaries. I hope we see him. I know he supposedly died in the future, but I really want to see him come back. But anyway, just seeing the reactions on all their faces and John's general sadness having to see his brother die twice hurt. And that's what I'm saying. They pulled on the heartstrings in a great way. I felt emotion. I was sad. I was almost in tears, honestly, seeing them all, like, react to Oliver's death and having to experience that again. I want to know how Felicity's dealing with this, okay? I wanted something. I know we still have 2 episodes left, I think, of Arrow, so let's see what they do. And Bevo attack. That was hilarious. What a way to pull all the worlds together. Then Bevo attacking, and then when we start seeing, like, Kara's reaction, seeing Batwoman there, Ray taking a selfie. 2 highlights of the episode for me personally, because I just thought they were hilarious. Kara is such, like, a happy, jumpy Supergirl person, and Ray wanting to take a selfie with a giant Bevo attacks was just great. I thought it was hilarious that Mick is now apparently famous with his books that he's been writing, and they just happen to be there. And I just thought, I love Mick, so I thought that was great seeing him there. And the merge, I know I've talked about this a few times, like, throughout, but just, I wasn't expecting them to do this as big as they did. Everything now. The Arrowverse Prime, all the heroes that we know from the Arrowverse are now all one. Black Lightning, The Flash, Arrow. I started with Black Lightning because he's, like, the only one who wasn't, like, already part of the universe. But all these things now, I wrote in my notes, this is a comic book come to life. In any of the comic books, you'll see, like, if it's, like, a Batman comic book, you'll see, like, the Green Arrow or the Flash, potentially. This doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen enough that like it's worth mentioning. Other heroes will just come and join, or they'll come and they'll help, or they'll just be there. I love that. I love that it's now entered into all these heroes are here. If anyone ever needs, like, if there's an event or if there's a thing, they're all available. I look forward to seeing how they take this world and how all the heroes are now going to integrate into One Earth. I'm genuinely excited to see where they move forward from here. I look forward to seeing, like, the after effects of the merge. Getting a little bit into my legacies over here, talking about the merge, but like the merging of the Earths, I look forward to seeing how everyone like moves forward. I actually haven't done the review of the trailers, or even watched the trailers for like The Flash or any other ones yet, because I didn't want this to be ruined, because I know the trailers talk about life after. So, and also I don't know if they're going to be going to each like person, like everyone in like the Arrow groups going to now know about this? Are they going to keep it between them? I imagine they would want to tell like the families and stuff like that. So I look forward to seeing what they do and how everyone else reacts too. And when Barry and Sarah, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but when Barry and Sarah are sitting down, I felt bad for Sarah. Not bad, but like, I have to feel for her because she is essentially the last one. Well, actually, besides John and Felicity. There's a few, but like, she's like the last OG Arrow person. She was like, when she was talking about how like, I wanted someone to remember me before I got on that ship. Sarah, I loved all the attention that Sarah got this episode, or these two episodes, honestly. Because again, this is Arrow wrapping up. Of course Sarah is going to be not the head, but like, at the front of this. And I thought that was really important, and I'm glad they gave her the credit, because she was really important. She still is really important, so I'm glad they gave her the amount of screen time that they did. And one thing I enjoy about all the heroes being readily available to each other is like that whole, when they're like on the comms and like, Star Labs was communicating with this and that one was communicating with that one. I thought that was awesome. I love seeing that group effort and them all come together as like a team. This is the stuff I look forward to seeing. Like, I'm genuinely excited to see what they do from this point on. Jefferson's Black Lightning coming in, I don't want to say saving the day, but saving Mick and Killer Frost. That was great. I look forward to seeing him interact with some of our other heroes. I really hope they actually like stick this and like this new world, and we'll actually be able to like explore what the world being merged looks like, because I doubt it's going to be the exact same thing than before, because clearly no one else remembers but them, so like we have a whole world of merged things. I want to see how everyone reacts to their new reality. I hope they like actually spend a little bit of time like seeing how everyone's dealing with that. That's one of the things I really want. The final battle against the Anti-Monitor. Final battle against the Anti-Monitor was awesome. In previous crossovers, we've had like multiple, like more heroes, so it wasn't like as big action. But this was awesome. Not only did we get that whole really emotional for Oliver thing, but the Anti-Monitor grew. He became, because in the comic book, I'm pretty sure. No, in the comic book, he has the ability to, like, grow in size and stuff. So we actually got to see that on screen, and it was awesome. And just seeing them all fight against him was great. Now, I don't know if it was just me, but I feel like John's suit, it turned green a little bit. Or, like, to pay homage to Oliver, it was green. Maybe it was just, like, the thing I was watching on, but I could have sworn that John's suit was definitely green. I loved Jefferson's interaction with Mick and Killer Frost. I thought that was great. And just seeing everyone come together was awesome. And then when Ray shrunk Superman, I thought that was hilarious. I love Ray in general. So seeing him like interact with Superman and Kara and stuff was really cool. And so toward the end, we had just thrown at us everything. Not only did we see the return of baby Sarah, which, what does that mean for the future now, if Sarah is now in the picture? Like, what does that actually... I look forward to seeing, like, how that affects like how things go on from here, because that has to do something. That has to change the future a little bit. But I guess since the worlds merged, that like now they have her, which I just thought was funny. That baby Sarah's back, cool, and maybe that will make sorry, I'm completely drawing a blank, but Deathstroke, or like the new Deathstroke, Connor Hawk. I wonder how that's going to affect that whole family going forth in the future. And yes, they honored Oliver by taking a moment of silence, and you bet that I took that moment of silence with them, because I'm a sentimental person, and just, that got me. I really did. I took that moment of silence with them. Good for you, Oliver. Good for you, Arrowverse. You did good. And the multiverse. Getting those shots of just the multiverse just thrown at the screen, I couldn't help but get happy. So we had a little bit of the Justice Society, which we're going to be getting a Stargirl TV show. That was cool. The Green Lantern Corps, we got that, which was awesome too. I was hoping that they would give like John a ring, and that he would be, you know, maybe that was just wishful thinking that they would make him a Green Lantern for like a minute. Didn't happen, but we still got the Green Lantern universe. We got the Titans of Earth 9, because I'm pretty sure that's in a separate world from like the OG Titans that they have on the DC TV. Doom Patrol, which I thought was interesting that it takes place on an alternate world, since supposedly Titans and Doom Patrol take place in the same world, but maybe so I'm thinking the Titans take place on like a separate alternate universe all on its own. Doom Patrol takes place on a separate universe all on its own and stuff like that. And the Swamp Thing in his little swamp with everything, like the rain and stuff like that was like a sweet little goodbye to him, since, you know, that show got cancelled. And we saw one of my favorite parts, these are going to be my two last favorite parts, which was Classic Superman. Brandon Ruth, just full 2000s beautiful Superman. I don't care, okay? I will never stop fanboying, damn it, over this Superman, because he's awesome. Just his little smirk at the end. We did the classic fly away from Earth like we did in the movie. Best way to send him off, period, in my book. Earth Prime. The Arrowverse is officially Earth Prime. Beautiful. I love it. We got the Justice League, apparently. Barry's speech, their whole goodbye to Oliver. It was amazing. Everyone having their seat at the table. Car's reaction to it. Everyone's reaction to it. Beautiful. And was I the only one thinking Super Friends at the end with the classical monkey? That they had to have been paying like some kind of tribute to. That was Super Friends. Come on. No, it's our Justice League. This is officially our Justice League. I might like keep calling it Super Friends though, just because I think it's funny that like we got the Super Friends, you know. But yeah, Justice League. All in all, this Crisis on Infinite Earths was crazy. Those last two things really did throw me. I was surprised a lot more than I thought I would be, not gonna lie. Just everything about it, it hit all the right note. It was happy, it was sad, it was unexpected, it was awesome. It sets up a future that I look forward to seeing with these characters. I just look forward to seeing where they go from there as a team, as individuals, as their own hero selves. I just look forward to seeing all of that. I will probably definitely be doing another video on this, on Crisis on Infinite Earths, because there was just so much to talk about. Even if it's not just going over it, there's more to talk about. All in all, I think that's it. If you guys did like the video, like, subscribe, comment. I would love to talk to you guys about it. And I will be putting up more videos soon. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the Crisis. Hope you guys